7 years after the breakup, I met Alfred at the class monitor's wedding. This time is different from the past. He is noble and handsome, with a beautiful girlfriend by his side, and I, in an old-fashioned uniform, with a pair of black-rimmed glasses perched on my nose. It felt like we were from different worlds. Halfway through, I heard his brother joking, "Bro, it's been 7 years. Have you moved on?" He chuckled. "Look at her like that." Really, I didn't recognize her at first glance today. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Subscribe us to read wonderful novels every day. Now the story begins. I clenched my fists. Halfway through, I left early. The class monitor's wedding. There are still 2 empty seats at this table of classmates. You all don't know. Alfred has returned to the country. Everyone exclaimed. Several pairs of eyes were already sizing me up. At that time, the banquet door opens. A person I haven't seen in 7 years strides in. They take a seat across from me. Our gazes collide. I am suddenly startled. "Elsa, what have you been doing all these years? Why do you look so old?" Someone chuckled softly. "Haha, don't talk about me. You sound harsh. The moment you walked in, we didn't even recognize you. Where did you get such an ugly pair of glasses?" "Haha, she's always been just average looking, and if she doesn't know how to dress up, she really looks outdated." I clenched my fist. I looked at the man across from me. He raised his eyes. His cold gaze fell over. Finally, everyone changed the subject. "Alfred, what have you been busy with abroad these past 7 years?" He held a glass of red wine and smiled. "When did you come back to the country?" Everyone was talking at once, until someone became curious. "I heard that girls abroad are quite spicy. To be honest, you must have dated quite a few girlfriends overseas these years." He paused with the glass in his hand. The table suddenly fell silent. He set the glass down properly. A hint of an inscrutable smile floated on his lips. "If everyone goes abroad to try, you'll know." Very obviously, everyone also wanted to take this opportunity to mock me a bit. "Elsa, you haven't said what job you are doing now." The girl who was speaking. It seems that I also liked Alfred. I don't want to answer, but no one present is curious. "In the library, organizing books." That was said. Almost everyone gasped. "The library. Haha, no wonder. It has an old-fashioned vibe." "Well, reading books every day." The length of the eyes must have been counted. Among those present, there were several with impressive family backgrounds. I don't want to provoke them. Just silently lowered my head and ate vegetables. Haha, do you guys think that Elsa is like those people in old TV shows who study so much they become silly? For these years, it's always been a mystery. "Alfred, why did you like her back then?" "I'm starting to lose my strength." The class representative snorted. "Just a few jokes are enough." "Gao Yen, why are you still going on?" I became stiff all over. I really can't take it anymore. I made an excuse to go to the restroom. Looking at her like that, sitting next to her, I'm even scared of getting infected by her stupidity. "Alfred, it's really a good thing that you two broke up back then. So earthy and old-fashioned. Who can stand her?" In the bathroom, I rubbed my hands vigorously, until the back of my hands turned red. Only then did I hold back my aching eyes. I looked up at the mirror. Finally, I took off my thick glasses, but the person in the mirror was almost unrecognizable. 7 years ago, a fire severely damaged my eyesight. I go out, and without my glasses, I am blind. Exit the restroom, 10 meters away, but 2 people were standing with their backs to me. "Alfred, after all these years, have you let go of the past?" The person with their back to me was holding a cigarette. 7 years have passed. What is there to forget? Honestly, now when I look at her, she seems so ordinary. If today were our first meeting, I probably wouldn't even look at her twice. I stood at the restroom door, just felt his legs tremble slightly. He crushed the cigarette, took out his phone. "I need to take a call." On the other end of the phone, a clear female voice. "Alfred, I'm here. Come down to pick me up." He was just standing there. My chest felt as if it were being burned by a hot fire. Finally, walked quietly into the staircase, left the meeting room. Night. I am keeping Blake company while he is doing his homework. The class monitor called. "Monitor, I'm sorry. It's my fault for not taking good care of things today." I shook my head. "It's okay. Monitor, today is your wedding day. You're busy. I'm almost done with the arrangements. I heard about what happened at the banquet, and I'm a bit worried about you." The phone went silent for a moment. "Blake, how is it?" "I prepared a big bag of candy. originally planned to let you take back. For this little one, I smiled. Thank you. Is he going to have another surgery? And have you gathered the surgery fees? Saying that, I clenched my fists. I will find a way. I received a lot of gifts for my wedding. If it comes to that, I interrupted. No, class monitor. After marriage it will be joint property of the couple. You've helped me enough, and I'm already very grateful. The call has ended. Blake also got tired from doing homework and fell asleep beside it. I took out the book next to him. A card fell to the ground. My dearest person, my sister. She is very beautiful, the best sister in the world. I want to grow up quickly, earn a lot of money, and take my sister to get her eyes treated. My sister's eyes are actually very beautiful. This little guy. I took a while to catch my breath, gently stroked his head, found a blanket and carefully draped it over him. One corner of the blanket hung down, revealing the hideous scar on the back of his hand, left after the fire. It has been 7 years, and he has had 3 surgeries, but the scar still remains. Took a deep breath. I speed up, working part-time as a translator in the evenings. After the class monitor's wedding, in the class group, Alfred's avatar lit up as well. Back when I was studying, he was the star figure. His grandfather's generation had already built a large business. Now, he has returned to his home country, bringing with him the company he established overseas, preparing for an IPO. Everyone has already idolized him like a myth. The group chat is also very lively. Alfred, the girl who last appeared by your side that day, is your fiancé. Right. Half an hour later, Alfred has come online. Sorry. I left in a bit of a hurry that day and didn't have time to introduce myself. I raised my hand in front of the screen. It froze in the air. So beautiful. You two are truly a perfect match. Is Cloudy the heiress of the group? I saw her photo online, and I didn't expect her to have even more charm in person. Really, the heiress of Cloudy group. In the group, the girl's identity was quickly confirmed. Is it true that good things are coming soon? After a while, Alfred appeared in the group, only replied with 2 simple words. Soon. A decisive statement. The group cheered. Put down the phone. I stared out the window for a while. Finally, taking off the heavy glasses, I bent down to wipe them. 7 years ago, I and Alfred had a relationship. One that was not blessed by anyone. Finally, it ended abruptly with my sudden departure. Actually, we were almost fine, and we wouldn't have broken up. But it was me, who didn't fulfill his last request. None have reached it. At that time, his parents arranged for him to study abroad, and he had to go. He resisted for me, even trying to prove himself, that he could also succeed on his own. Unfortunately, Alfred's family didn't give him that chance. Since he chose me, his family has been giving him continuous trouble, cutting off all his opportunities for starting a business or finding a job. But, being with me, my family only takes from him. Without money, he can't move forward. Later, in order to make money, he didn't hesitate to go racing for the prize money. A car accident almost cost him a leg. He could no longer drive racing cars. No one could fail to feel his helplessness and pain as he lay in the hospital bed. Finally, it was his family who took a step back. Go study abroad for 2 more years. Take Elsa with you. Since you can't part ways, then let her be more worthy of you. His mother sent us 2 lists of overseas top university recommendations. After her mother left, Alfred finally brightened his eyes. He took my hand, full of excitement. Elsa, my family has agreed. As long as we go abroad and study for 2 years. No saying no. I want to marry you. I really like you. In this life, I must bring you into my home. That day, I held his hand back. Okay, let's go abroad together. The day we went abroad, I misspoke. He waited until the last takeoff time. I also didn't show up at the airport. He made a lot of phone calls. I didn't answer a single one. Later, only the pleading text messages he sent remained. Fool, if you don't want to go abroad, I won't force you. Just be good and answer the phone once. Say wait for me. I will definitely come back to find you after I finish reading. The next morning, I was covered in dust, leaning against the operating room door, sleeping, until someone gently touched my shoulder. Your phone, found in the fire. Someone bent down, next to me. They placed the phone. I stared at the phone, but I had no courage to open it. Police officers passed by, then stopped again. Your boyfriend. He seems to have gone abroad. We tried to turn it on, and we saw his last message. The surgery is not over yet. I curled my knees and buried my head. My eyes hurt a lot. Tears flowed. Finally, the tears turned into blood. The nurse screamed. They pulled me away. Your eyes. 7 years ago. So much has changed. I dreamed of entering the research institute. I was finally burned by the fire. My eyes were scorched, and my vision was severely damaged, making it impossible for me to do research. 2 years later, Alfred never came back. I met his mother once. She gave me some photos. Alfred with each one having a girl beside him. He laughed freely, sunny, and tall, just like the first time I saw him. So bright, yet so arrogant. I left with those photos. I can go to heaven, but I can't have too much time to be sad. Alfred left that night. Mom was holding my younger brother and set the house on fire. I rushed back. I rushed into the fire scene. Mom was burned beyond recognition, buried in her arms. Only 1-year-old Blake, with his back and one arm completely burned. I need money to treat him, to accompany him as he grows up, and to go to school. That day, I was suddenly bumped into on the street. Move aside. A clinking sound. The glasses were knocked to the ground, stepped on and shattered into glass shards. I panicked. I tried to grab that person, but my vision was blurred. The person had already run away. Picked up the glasses. My hands were trembling slightly. The sky has already darkened, and it is difficult to walk without glasses. A few sounds of bang. That night, I don't know how many people I bumped into, until I bumped into someone again. That person did not curse, but seemed to be quietly looking at me. Hello, sir. Could you take me to the nearest optical store? My glasses are broken, and I need a new pair. The night has already turned dark. I can't tell how to distinguish. I can't see his features clearly, but he didn't say anything. Didn't leave either. I'm sorry. I lowered my head, preparing to feel my way out. But I was startled by the person behind me who spoke. Elsa, what are you playing? Did you bump into me on purpose? I lifted my foot, suddenly stopped. It's Alfred. He snorted coldly. Don't say. Your act of pretending to be blind is quite convincing. If you were an actor, you could even win an award. Unfortunately, you don't have enough courage. If you want to seduce me, you should be a bit bolder. At least touch me a few times. Maybe I still have feelings for you. I suddenly clenched my fist. I just felt blood dripping down from my heart. Even if I can't see clearly, I still turned back. I'm sorry for bumping into you. I apologize. After saying that, I continued to walk forward. It turns out, 7 years have passed. He has already regarded me as a trickster, filled with nothing but hatred towards me. Even if I can't see clearly, I can still hear it. In his heart, there is a great fire that I have ignited. The further I go, the darker it gets, until it feels like a small dog has run past my feet. I tripped and fell hard. My forehead feels cool, with liquid flowing out. I was just about to get up. My back was lifted by a force. Elsa, damn it. Haven't you performed enough? Is it necessary? If you really fall to your death, I wouldn't even get to see you one more time. The moment I could be lifted, it seemed like he could see clearly that blood was flowing from my forehead, and he was shocked for a few seconds. You. I reached out and touched it. My palm was covered in red. I struggled to break free. Sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't come near me. It will dirty your clothes. I stepped back. I covered my head and thought about how disheveled I looked, wanting to quickly disappear from his sight. Why don't you take another step and try? Elsa, are you really running? There's a car ahead. Stop. Elsa, stop the car. With a bang, a car came to a sudden stop. I had a very long dream. In the dream, I was running endlessly in the dark. After a while, I bumped into something. My whole body was bruised, until my legs lost all strength and I fell in front of a huge behemoth. She is severely malnourished. Her eyeballs have been damaged, and she has almost lost her vision. She is too weak. Let her rest for a while. What did you say? Her eyeballs are damaged, and she has almost lost her vision. What are you talking about? In the vast darkness, Alfred seems so excited that he looks like he wants to hit someone. Alfred, you got it wrong. Let go of me. She is at your house, and you still don't know her situation. Someone seems to be squatting on the ground. I don't know. When I came back this time, I saw her wearing a very ugly pair of glasses, thinking it was her, and reading under dim light, which made her nearsighted. Alfred, who is she? The room seems to have quieted down. There are footsteps leaving. The sound has also drifted away. Alfred, she's not your ordinary friend. Right. I've never seen you bring a girl home. I had a few fragmented dreams again. I finally woke up. But I still can't see clearly. The room is very bright. I touched my head and wrapped a bandage around it. I groped my way to the door. Looking outside, there was a tall silhouette sitting on the sofa, and there were some jars on the table. A whiff of alcohol wafted over. It is Alfred. Before I lost consciousness, he called my name. Are you okay? My throat was dry and hoarse, as if it had been burned by fire. The person on the sofa turned stiffly to the side. Look in my direction. He got up and stumbled over. The smell of alcohol on him. I can be sure. He drank a lot of alcohol. What? Elsa. How do you have the right to say that? His eyes were bloodshot, and he tightly gripped my chin. After leaning down, he was full of scrutiny. I feel pain when I eat. My chin should be cracking. Suddenly, he leaned in closer. My lips were bitten, and I was surrounded by the smell of alcohol. Alfred, you. In just a few seconds, I was thrown back onto the bed. Feeling dizzy, he leaned down and pressed me. I hurriedly stepped back. Alfred, you are drunk. I have to go home now. Go home. Where to? You can't even see. Waiting outside to get hit by a car, or get knocked out and sold. He approached again. I fell off the bed. Don't do that. You're getting married. It's not good. I was pulled onto the bed by him, pressed down hard on the bed. But soon, he was lying next to me, staring blankly at the ceiling. Don't move. I won't do anything to you. It's late. Go to sleep. After saying that, he really didn't move again. Exhausted, I closed my eyes. I said softly and got up. I need to go home. I can't leave Blake alone at home. But I just got up. I was pulled down again. I met his fierce gaze. Elsa, why do you have to pretend to be modest? Didn't we used to sleep together? I can't move. Can I have the phone? He let go and threw the phone at me from the drawer beside him. I gave up. Sent a message to Emily. Could you let Blake stay at her place for the night? Emily replied. I finally breathed a sigh of relief. Sat for a while. My head is spinning. Eventually, I resigned myself and lay down. Just created some distance. My eyelids are fighting. As soon as I closed them, once again fell into a dream. In sleep, it seemed like a pair of hands brushed across my eyes. Idiot. This sleep was very deep. I woke up. The sky was already light. There was a pair of glasses beside me. I picked it up, walked out of the bedroom, and saw Alfred already changed into a new outfit. He opened the window. The smell of alcohol has dissipated a lot. These glasses. He turned to the side. I'll give them to you. They look much better than your black frames. Thank you. I didn't argue. I didn't want them. Without these glasses, I'm afraid to go out. I wouldn't be able to go home all day. Thank you for saving me last night as well. He didn't say a word. I was just walking towards the door. He said from behind, cook 2 bowls of noodles. I'm very hungry and my stomach is uncomfortable. I looked at him. In the end, I nodded. The pot was steaming hot. He didn't know when he leaned against the door. Back then, why didn't you come? My hand for making noodles paused. No answer. Even if you didn't come, why didn't you answer the phone? Do you know how many times I called you? I turned my head. Let's not mention the past. It's all over. Once the noodles are cooked, I will leave and never see you again. I suddenly heard the creaking sound of tightened joints. The past. He almost took a step forward. The noodles in his hand all fell into the pot. I was held down tightly, pressed against the stove. My waist suddenly hurt. The red bloodshot eyes in his struck into my eyes. A good past. Elsa, I don't have your cold blood. Old man, I've never been played like this in my life. He stared intensely into my eyes. We've always been me taking the initiative. Have you ever taken a step forward? I turned my head away. I opened my sore eyes wide. Do you remember back then? I gave up everything to be with you. The Alfred family opposed. For you. Even the Alfred family was willing to give up. But you, every time you let me down. As soon as something happens, you let go of my hand. It's still full of lies. Really, if you had just said you didn't want to go abroad, you should have made it clear to me. Don't promise me and then go back on your word. I still think you Elsa have some sincerity. His grip was very strong. It dug into my shoulder blade, as if to take apart my bones, piece by piece, until the living room. The phone rang. He still hasn't left. The caller, however, is persistent. Tell me, why didn't you come? I want a reason. He grabbed my head, forcing me to face him. What are you saying? You guessed it. I never intended to go abroad. It was just to deceive you. I only agreed at the time. He almost wanted to kill me. I feel like my shoulders will be ruined in the future. He let go, turning away. Okay, I confirmed the answer. You were right. It's just an old story. From now on, let's all look forward. Wishing you all the best in the future. The kitchen was left to me alone. I crouched down and hugged myself. Finally, I hunched over and stood up. Just as I was thinking, I went straight out. Or I tried to save the noodles that were about to burn. Finally, I sorted the noodles that weren't burnt and served a big bowl. I took it to the dining table. About to leave. He was listening to the phone, turning his head to stare at me. I also heard a voice from the phone. One I hadn't heard in years. Alfred, you said nothing happened. Others can believe that. Alfred, you were wrong to take her to your place. Just now, Crystal's house called. Crystal has been crying all along. Upon hearing this, I felt as if my head had been hit by a heavy punch. Alfred narrowed his eyes for a moment. How did she know? Are you asking me? The anger from that end was already about to burn through the phone. Alfred turned around. You don't need to be angry. This is my personal matter. I am indeed curious about how she found out my whereabouts. Alfred, what kind of attitude is this? Fine. I'll handle this matter. Open the door. I'm at your doorstep. The doorbell rang sharply. I jolted. Alfred's gaze fell on me. What was the feeling like that day? I wish I could find a hole to burrow into and disappear from this world. Outside the door, Alfred's mom said sternly, open the door. Otherwise, the locksmith will be here right away. The door was locked from the inside. I was pushed into the study by Alfred, and the door was closed. Soon, Alfred's mom said, at this point, are you still hiding someone? Alfred, you want to drive me crazy. Mom, about my matter. I advise you not to interfere. I will go and talk to Crystal clearly. You're going. You think you can clarify it with a few words. This matter should be handled by me as the elder. Hand her over to me, and I will take her to Crystal's house. Let her apologize to Crystal in person, and make her promise never to appear in front of you again. Mom, what are you saying? I reiterate, it was I who brought her home. If there's anyone to blame, it can only be me. Bastard. As a result, things fell to the ground. I opened the door and walked out. The hall fell silent instantly. Alfred's mom. I was just injured. Mr. Alfred, kindly let me stay here for a night. Please rest assured. Nothing happened between us. Still furious a moment ago, Alfred's mom. But now she had calmed down a lot. Coldly looked at me. She was elegant and luxurious. Always very imposing. Elsa. But you were wrong to appear here. Indeed. Take me to Crystal's house. I will apologize to Miss Liu in person. I promise that such misunderstandings will never happen again. After saying that, I had already started walking towards the door. Behind me, there was the sound of a lighter clicking. Take her there. I said this is my matter. If you insist, you will have to bear the consequences yourself. That day, I walked downstairs. The driver didn't stop me. The apology is no longer needed. Not long after, the marriage of the two families made it to the media. Confirmed. Good things are coming. That night, the class monitor called me. Class monitor. Elsa, are you okay? Class leader. I don't quite understand what you mean. Everything remains the same. Don't pretend anymore. Alfred is getting married. You two really are going to miss each other like this. He doesn't know. He never knew. His mother never let you go. 7 years ago, you went to the airport. But your house caught fire at that time. So you had to rush back home. Class leader. We met once and talked it out. Both of us can move on. Really, my relationship with him has already ended. His matters have nothing to do with me anymore. That end was silent. Are you still in love with him? Class leader. I have to hang up. Elsa, one day you will be happy. You are the best girl I have ever seen. The phone call ended. I opened the old drawer. Inside, there was a box wrapped in layers. A sky blue box. That day, I was on my way home after work. I looked up unintentionally. I saw the wedding dress on the mannequin in the city center had been taken off. I stopped for a second. Suddenly, the beige curtain is pulled open, and the girl with the crown smiles brightly. The man with his back turned, turns to the side. I can see that perfect profile clearly. It started to rain under the sky. It falls on my face. I touched the corner of my eye. I smiled slightly, turned and left. When will you pay the fees in full? If you delay any longer, even if your brother has the surgery, the scar removal effect won't be good. Looking at the 200,000 surgical bill, I was confused for a long time. Evening. I checked each card again. found the leader, and advanced a year's salary. But I still need another 100,000. Sister, I turned my head. Let's go home. I'm afraid of pain and don't want to have surgery. Blake held my hand. I rubbed his head. What nonsense are you talking about? The surgery will use anesthesia. It won't hurt at all. He buried his head. But this is just a cosmetic surgery. I won't die if I don't do it. Look, I'm wearing clothes. Who can see? He quickly pulled his sleeve to cover the burn scar that couldn't be completely hidden. I held his hand. It's sister who wants you to become better. Look at your face. So handsome. Once the surgery is done and summer comes, sister can take you to buy short sleeves. But there are no buts. Do you think sister has no money? A friend has already agreed to lend sister money. The morning light broke. I returned home and took the things from the drawer. Stood in front of a pawn shop. Miss, why don't you come in to pawn something? I put my hands in my pocket, tightly holding something in my bag. Just felt a dull pain in my chest. Elsa, I've bought the ring. This life. You can only marry me. I'm holding your hand. We'll never break up. Why are you crying? The diamond is too small. You're not satisfied. Wait 2 years. Get a bigger one. My memory is a bit blurry. I looked up. My eyes were red. It's too big. Alfred, why are you so silly? I'm not worth it. I'm so bad. He held me on his lap. Gently took my finger. Put it on. Idiot. You deserve the best in the world. Don't say that. If I take it back. It's really silly. A ring for life. Just buy this one. Can't it be smaller? Past memories. Gradually fading. Times have changed. Long ago. We have all gone our separate ways. Walking out of the pawn shop. In my bag. I carry a heavy 100,000. I have gathered enough for the surgery fee. But why do I feel this way? I only feel that this 100,000 is so cold. Colder than the snow in the sky. It is all cold. The surgery can be done. Don't worry. My heart, heavy like a top, finally relaxed a little. Before the surgery, I went back home. Take Blake the study materials to the hospital. Just climbing up the old staircase, I saw Alfred. He was playing with the ring I pawned yesterday. Shame suddenly filled my chest. He didn't say a word. I walked over, took out the key to open the door. Why are you here? He was leaning against the wall, all cold. What do you think? I shake my head. You should leave quickly. The environment here is very poor, and you are not suited to stay here. He remains unmoved. I push open the door, ready to enter the house, but he suddenly pulls me back. Elsa, I won't ask. You really didn't plan to say it, did you? You dropped the ring I gave you. We broke up a long time ago. Keeping it has no meaning. The strength with which he holds my hand becomes increasingly forceful. I feel pain, but I only feel that even making a sound is difficult. That's true. 7 years ago, you dumped me, and this diamond ring, you keeping it now is already quite rare. But I didn't tell you back then. This ring wasn't bought by me. I specially asked a friend, a famous Spanish designer, to design it for us. Do you know? No matter how much money you offer, he only designs once for one person. Each pair of rings designed are unique. It's really funny. Back then, I wanted to give you the best of everything. In the dark corridor, I lowered my hand and clenched it tightly. But you, in your eyes, it's all garbage. Actually, you didn't have to treat my efforts so harshly. Oh, right. You seem to be quite short on money. Want to sell it for money. Right. But you can take it back and sell it to me. Don't worry. I'll pay more than 10,000. Because in my eyes, this ring is priceless. My nails dug into my palm. I can hardly breathe. Stiffly tilting my head. Alfred, it was my fault 7 years ago. But is it really necessary for you to come and say this now? First, I want to say I'm sorry to you for 7 years ago. But you are about to get married. What does it mean to return this thing to you? Don't worry. I will gather the 100,000 yuan from selling the ring and pay you back as soon as possible. Let's go. I struggled to break free. Stepped into the room. When closing the door, his hand, however, got stuck in the door gap. In an instant, it was pressed out with blood marks. I hurriedly pulled open the door, but he had already withdrawn his hand and turned to leave. I chased out a few steps, but in the end, I still stopped. I could only watch helplessly as his drooping hand dripped blood from between his fingers. Little by little, it drifted away. When I went downstairs, I found that he hadn't left yet. Leaning against the old wall, trembling and smoking. The wound on my hand hasn't been treated either. You haven't left yet. He stared at me for a long time. Elsa, that day, I saw you outside the wedding dress shop. You were crying. I clenched my teeth. My whole body stiff. You should find a doctor to bandage it. There's a big snow coming. Are you worried about me? I looked at him, and he seemed off. Actually, you could also help me bandage it. I remember, when we were together, I got injured a lot. And every time it was you who bandaged it for me. I couldn't understand him. Shook my head. I have something to do. I need to go out. Go home early. Looked at the time. I didn't dare to waste any more time. Lifted my foot and walked away. The more I walked, the more I wanted to look back. His hand was very swollen. My heart still ached. But I couldn't look back. I could only force myself to increase my pace. I got on the bus. I found that he also got on. He sat down in a seat behind me. There weren't many people on the bus, but all the curious glances were on him. Behind him, he said in a calm voice, "Where are you going? It's none of your business. Why did you get in my car? I just want to know where you're going." The bus stopped at the hospital entrance. "Hospital. You're not feeling well." He grabbed my hand. I didn't explain and pulled my hand away. There was no time at all. Blake's surgery is about to start. Sister, lying on the gurney, about to enter the operating room. Blake, filled with anxiety. I ran over. He tightly held my hand. "It's okay. Don't be afraid. Sister is waiting for you outside. Just like before. I will have a dream, and when I open my eyes, I will see sister again." I smiled and ruffled his hair. The door of the operating room slowly closed, trapping Blake in a reluctant gaze. I ultimately couldn't hold back. My hands trembled tightly. Someone walked by me. Nothing will happen. I turned my head. Alfred hasn't left yet. He looked straight at the operating room. "Blake, is he following you now? He has grown so much." I just nodded. 7 years ago, Blake was just over a year old, just learning to walk. At that time, Blake was also assigned to his father. And when I was with Alfred, he had only seen Blake once or twice. Alfred hasn't walked for a long time. I don't understand. But he still advised, "Your hand. Go and bandage it." He nodded. He really left. This seems to be the first time we have been so calm after reuniting. After walking more than 10 meters outside, he stopped. "Elsa, these years, what have you been through? Can you tell me? About your eyes, and also about the burns on your brother." "Alfred, we agreed to move forward. The wedding was cancelled. I won't marry Crystal. I don't want to just marry someone I don't love, and spend my life in a haphazard way." I shivered all over. "Actually, they mentioned me a few words, meaning that you also had your own reasons back then. Next, I think I have enough time to really understand what happened during these 7 years. I'll go bandage it first." Blake's surgery was successful, but the removal of the burn scars is a long-term process. It will take a few years, and we still need to continue with the fading surgery. However, this surgery was critical. After it, Blake, the burn marks on his body had become very mild. The little one loved studying, and after waking up, he was sitting on the bed reading a book. "Sister." He suddenly looked towards the door. I turned my head. Alfred nodded. He walked in. He also brought fruits and supplements. "Brother, have I met you before?" He walked over. With large hands, he gently stroked Blake's little face. We met when you were very young." Blake was stunned. Curiously looked at me. "Read a book." I got up and left the ward. Alfred also came out. "Thank you for the supplements. But here, you shouldn't come again." His deep eyes were staring straight at me. "Elsa, regarding the events of the past 7 years, you were unwilling to speak. But at my request, Brooke told me everything." My pupils shrank. "Class monitor, you promised me you wouldn't say anything." He reached out with his hand still wrapped in bandages. I took 2 steps back. "Elsa, have you completely given up on me?" I shook my head. "Alfred, you are great. But I am really too ordinary. I just want to live an ordinary life. You should go back to your own world." His outstretched hand fell from the air. "But what should I do? Alfred, just like you. I think you are a treasure. Better than anyone else. But I also know that I have done many wrong things. You probably won't forgive me again." Actually, every word I said was said in anger. I, who did not understand the truth, have always hated you for leaving me. My heart hurts, using painful words to hurt you. In fact, for 7 whole years, the one who suffered the most was you. The one who endured the destruction of the family was you. The one who was almost blind was you. The one who had to stretch a penny into 2 was you. But actually, every time I finished saying those things, I also broke down. I don't know how to do it. What to do. From the very beginning, it felt like we were from two different worlds, making it hard to blend together. But I fought desperately to tie us together, entangled to the death. Because I know that leaving you makes me feel like my heart has been hollowed out, and everything loses its meaning. Alfred turned and walked away. I have never been with another woman. I never knew that my mom had given you a photo. I have no relationship with them. During these years abroad, I just wanted to become strong quickly and not be controlled by anyone. They were just acting along with me, allowing my family to completely trust me. Elsa, I have always loved you. When I was pursuing you, your indifference hurt me. After we got together, I felt like the happiest man in the world. After the breakup, I couldn't move on for 7 years. It was also me who was in pain and confusion. I still love you. Please, can you be a little braver? He walked away. I turned around, looking at the heavy snow outside the window. Half a month later, the two companies held a joint press conference to announce the dissolution of the engagement. 3 months later, Alfred's company went public. Company name, N.S. Group. However, he declined all interviews. Completely invisible. Alfred's family tried several times to control him, but all failed. When I saw Alfred's figure on the other side of the empty house, I was stunned. Mr. Alfred, I'll immediately hire a decoration company to renovate the room. Don't. Just like this. Mr. Alfred, when did you ever live in such a dilapidated? I did. 7 years ago. And I was happy. I turned my back to the door. My palms were trembling. A gaze fell on my back. Even if we can't go back, getting a little closer can ease the pain a bit. From then on, Blake goes to the other side frequently. Sister, I just ran into the brother from across the street, and he invited me to his house to play. Sister, the brother just taught me how to do my homework. Sister, are you working late tonight? I will be at the brother's house, sleeping with him. Don't worry about me. Sister, the brother said. What holiday is it today? What is the festival? I am finally feeling a bit annoyed. Quickly dried my hair. Knocked on the door across the street. The door opened quickly. Alfred. Blake is still young. What holiday? What do you want him to do? Don't lead him astray. I said it in anger. The next second, I was pulled in by him. Pressed against the door. Elsa, you seem to have finally been brave this time. A warm kiss gently fell down. I was petrified. He held me and walked to the window, looking at the fireworks outside. When the fireworks bloomed the most brilliantly, he gently leaned down beside my ear. Elsa, let's be together. I will accompany you to heal your eyes. That night, the brilliant fireworks lasted for a long time. The people around me tightly held my hand. At the end of the fireworks, a line of text was written. All lovers in the world eventually become a couple. The end.